The Sweetest Day Ever. Written by Ellie. Make sure to pick up every book on that list, sweetie. Yes, Mom. Also, don't hesitate to pick up any books for yourself. The princess kindly offers us all free books. Yes, Mom. Placing my right foot on my scooter, I rolled my eyes. Can I go now? She tapped her lips thoughtfully before nodding. I suppose that's it, sweetie. Have fun and scoot safely. I don't want you to be all dusty when you meet Princess Twilight. Gripping the handlebars, I prepare to take off. With one foot still on the ground, I tighten my muscles and begin to push off and... Oh, wait, Scootaloo! What? I exasperate, trying to balance myself after the failed takeoff. Don't forget these books. You have to return them. She clambers down the small steps and unzips my backpack, the book sliding in right next to my Rainbow Dash poster. Mom, watch the poster. I know. She closes the orange bag with a loud zip and pats my helmet. You can go now. I find it hard to resist returning her warm smile. Alright, bye! Adjusting myself back into the middle of the deck, I slide my free foot back in preparations for takeoff. I lean forward and with a smirk of confidence, finally ready to show this town my stuff. Completely balanced and at ease, I place my foot on the ground and begin to push off. My scooter going forward. Oh wait! What now? I whip my head back around once again, trying to regain my composure. This is so not cool, Mom. I just wanted to say, she giggles and blows me a kiss. I love you, honey. I scrunch my nose up and grip my handlebar harder. Glancing around, I make sure there's not a chance for anyone to hear me. Love you too, Mom. Another laugh gently teases me before she slips back into the house, finally leaving me alone. I wait for a few seconds before I'm satisfied that she's truly gone this time. Without anything standing between me and my ultimate rush, I quickly crack my knuckles and let out a deep breath. Getting in position, I readjust my foot and grip before balancing my free foot above the ground with a lazy grin plastered on my face. Let's do this! Pushing off the cracked concrete, I propel forward with one kick of my foot. My weight and gravity work together, effectively launching me off as I begin to glide effortlessly down the hill. My speed accelerating, my balance being tried by various potholes, but it's nothing for a pro like me. Even scooting down a mountain would be a breeze. Yep, I'm just a natural talent like Rainbow Dash. It's just how we do, us natural athletes. Just like her, I was really young when I first discovered my talent. I got on a scooter and haven't gotten off ever since. Sure, my mom thinks it's dangerous and is always scolding me for scuffing up my knees and clothes, but if Dash thinks it's cool, then I just gotta keep doing it. Which reminds me, I should pick up some more trick books. Princess Twilight Sparkle has been specifically looking out for them ever since I mentioned there aren't enough in town. I really need to master some more tricks so I can show Rainbow Dash later. She was super impressed with that 180 I did last time. Even said I could probably start doing harder stuff, and possibly even skateboard at... I gasp when I suddenly see a flash of purple and pink step out onto the now smooth road, only a couple seconds away. If I had been paying attention, I know I could have probably avoided it, but it's too late now. We're going to crash. Whoa, watch out! I holler, trying to catch the girl's attention. Nope, it is truly too late. Grinding my teeth together, I try to swerve in the opposite direction, but only manage to soften the blow as my scooter collides with the girl. As smoothly as I can muster, I jump off and manage to land on my feet, reaching forward with all my thoughts zeroed in on rescuing her. But when my fingers only curl around air, I make one last push to catch her. Muscle straining, I manage to extend my arms just a little further and grasp her waist just before she hits the grass. With a sigh of relief, I hoist her back up straight and set her down, almost in disbelief when I release her. That was like 10 seconds flat of pure awesome. Seriously. 1 second, I'm riding the breeze. The next, I'm the dashing hero saving the girl from my scooter. Are you alright? Sorry, I wasn't looking. I wait with my eyes squeezed shut, a big apologetic smile on my face as I rub the back of my neck. There's a delay in response, so I open up my eyes in confusion, but the sight before me has my heart skip a beat. Hi. Oh my god. I mean, she's so pretty. A delicate pale hand shoots up and intertwines in her hair, a long peaked strand curling around her fingers as she twirls her hair. Blinking, I feel my chest tighten as blood begins to rush to my head. I see her lips moving but can't make out a single word she's saying, only now realizing that her eyes are the most faintest shade of green I've ever seen. Long lashes bat over the purple emeralds and graze over her soft looking cheeks. And I dart my eyes to the ground, Not sure if it's okay to stare, but I betray myself as I steal another glance. This time, taking note of the rest of her. She's so clean and put together, nothing like my bruised up knees and straight out of the bed hair. I glance around at the neighborhood, my eyes widening as I realize we've stopped in a really nice part of town, in front of that super fancy boutique. Well, no wonder. Butterflies launch a full-blown war out in my stomach, and I bite my lip, more unsure of what to do than any other time in my life. I hate nerves. They're so lame. Nothing Rainbow Dash feels, that's for sure. What would she do in this situation? I have no clue, but I just can't stand here like an idiot. Do I talk to her? Glancing back up, I see she's still staring at me. A knot forms in my throat. Well, my throat is so dry, I can't seem to speak. Quickly scooping up my scooter, I hop on and give her an awkward grin. Bye! I almost think I hear a soft, wait, but decide to ignore it as I take off. Whatever she did to me is so not cool. I'm definitely not gonna wait for her. Nerves and not being able to speak? That's super unawesome. Racing off, I go as fast as my legs will pump, trying to get as much distance between myself and that girl as possible. Besides, I have to get these books. Yeah, Mom will be mad if I come home empty-handed. Yeah, I got more important things to do. I can't just sit around talking to that girl. I push her sparkling eyes and flushed cheeks to the back of my mind, and swerve around the corner, Twilight's library coming into view. Skidding to a halt, I prop my scooter up by the door and walk inside. Hello, and welcome to... Oh, hi Scootaloo. Hey, Princess Twilight. I give her a smile before kneeling down to pet her dog. He wags his tail in appreciation, his eyes seeming to tell me that he's glad to see me. I'm here to return and pick up some books for my mom. I shrug off my backpack and unzip it, presenting them to her. One is a gardening book, and the other two are for recipes that use homegrown vegetables. The meal Mom has been cooking recently are awful, and now I know why. I already told you, Scootaloo. Just call me Twilight. She smiles warmly, and I shrug sheepishly. And that's great. Now, I'll just take these, and I'll be here if you need me. She slides the book out of my hand and begins to check my books off her log list. Nodding in response, I take my list out of my backpack and read it over. Looking around, I see the light sign that reads, How To's, and head over to the shelf. Boxes litter the floor, and it's only then that I realize a lot of the bookcases are completely empty. How's the moving going? I ask genuinely, happy to find that my particular selection is still intact. Quite well, actually. It's a lot of work, though, so Pinkie Pie's been helping me pack up all these books. She's just on a cupcake run right now. I still can't believe you're going to live in a castle, or that you're a princess. She laughs softly. Sometimes I can't either. But even in my castle, you can still visit me anytime. Fingering through the various titles, my eyes suddenly settle on a particular one. How to fall in love? My mind flashes back to the pink and purple hair, and I smack my forehead. No. I can't think about that. Shaking my head, I continue to look for the last book my mom requested. Best ways to clean, best ways to clean, best ways to tell your crush you like them? Chewing my lip, I bite a little too hard and wince. That is not what I'm feeling. I mean, how lame is love? She just surprised me, that's it. She was surprising. I sigh and rest my head against the bookcase, my brain hurting from all of this stupidity. What is wrong with me? This hadn't happened before, but I can't ask my mom, she's too embarrassing. Princess Twilight is, well, a princess now, and has way more important things to talk about. I lightly beat my head against the bookcase. Then, suddenly, a smile tugs at the corner of my lips as I realize there's an obvious answer. Rainbow Dash! She totally know what to do. Forgetting about my chore completely, I begin to race out of the library. Where are you going? The librarian exclaims, but I ignore her. Hopping onto my scooter, I zoom off towards my idol's home, knowing that all my problems will soon be solved. And I mean, her hair, it was so pretty. Really long too, but it was really her eyes that put me off. I mean, they were sparkling, literally sparkling. Really pretty pale green as well. I've said pretty a lot, haven't I? Oh, that's embarrassing, but it's really the only way to describe her. I mean, oh god. Oh, this is too good. The sudden outburst completely cuts me off, and I stare in confusion as Rainbow Dash begins to laugh. What? What's too good? I ask, my eyeballs scrunched together as she flops onto her couch. I mean, I suppose it couldn't last forever. She wipes a tear off her eyes and fails at suppressing another snort. But still, I mean, wow! You've probably fallen for her harder than you did for me. What are you talking about, Rainbow Dash? It's okay, Squirt. You can talk about it now. You're over me, so there's no need for any more secrets. She grins and pats the seat next to her. And as I said, you weren't going to feel this way about me forever. Frowning, I hop onto the cushion next to her, still completely confused. But I never felt like this before. Her chuckles come to her abrupt stop. Wait, what? You haven't? Not even for me? No, that's why I'm so confused. Really? She purses her lips and glances at the wall. Ouch, kid. I'm guessing this maybe is your first love? She gives me a sly grin, and heat blossoms across my face. First love? Okay then, I'm gonna give it to you straight, Scoot. Okay. Back in high school, just like you're going into next year, I was the Mac. You know, great with the ladies. She props her feet up on the coffee table and locks her hands behind her head. It was around your age when I first started getting approached. Believe me, I would never go out of my way to get their attention. Not that it's a bad thing to approach someone, she exclaims, and I relax back into the red leather. It's just that, in my younger days, I had a lot of chicks all over me. Ended up having a ton of girlfriends too. But I only seem to like one girl. Have I been doing it wrong the whole time? Am I supposed to have all kinds of these girlfriends? Man, I never paid attention to this stuff because it was so mushy, but maybe it is cool. Rainbow Dash, is it weird that I only like one girl? Her eyes widen and she shakes her head. No, not at all, kid. When it comes to things like this, you gotta be your own awesome little self. She ruffles up my hair and tosses an arm around me. See, I'm settled down now. Funny thing is, I was the one who ended up approaching Fluttershy after all those years. She was too nervous as usual. She laughs at that, and I snuggle into her side. So maybe you already got this thing down, Squirt. You do take after my talent section after all. Really? I beam up at her. Surely, kid. Now, you want some advice? Go find that girl again. Make friends with her, hang out, just trust yourself, and I'm sure you won't regret it. Anything you say, Rainbow Dash. I hug her one last time, and she returns the gesture. Now hurry along and get going. I jump to my feet and grab my helmet off her table, soon strapping it tightly on my head. Turning from her door, I find myself oozing with newfound confidence. Oh, and Scootaloo? Glancing over my shoulder, I smile when she gives me a thumbs up. Don't forget to tell me the details later. Grinning, I open up her door and exit her house. Good luck, kid. Not that you'll need it. I can't get the smile off my face as I roll away from her house, my head swirling with elation and confusion. It's totally awesome that Rainbow Dash believes in me, but why? What are these instincts I'm supposed to trust? If I can't even talk to her, then how am I supposed to become friends with that girl? This is so confusing. Grinding down the road, I turn into the park, determined to clear my mind. I just need some fresh air or something before I go back to the library and get those books for Mom. Maybe after that I can go back out and look for the girl. I don't want to go against Rainbow's advice, but at the same time I'm still nervous about the whole thing. Love is supposed to be a grown-up problem, yet my idol is telling me that what I'm feeling is that. A crush. I feel like a lot of kids my age know about this sort of stuff, but I just never paid attention. As long as I had my scooter and Rainbow Dash, my world was perfect. I frown, swerving around a pile of pebbles. Why did she have to come in and ruin everything? I feel almost sick to my stomach thinking about her. Why did this love stuff have to hurt so badly? And to think that Rainbow had many girls. What a heartache that must have been. Rounding another corner, I weave around the dirt path, careful to not hit rocks or holes. There's a pause in my train of thought, and I realize that today is the perfect combination of blue skies and warm breezes. Every blade of grass sways in harmony. Even the leaves look much greener than usual, the whole day sparkling under the sun's gentle rays. Just like her eyes. Biting my lip, I gently ease to a stop and stare up at the clouds. Everything is so peaceful that even the wispy puffs seem to be in slow motion. I don't feel like moving myself, so I don't. It's then that I realize that even the birds are completely quiet. The whole world at a standstill for just a few moments. Closing my eyes, I lean against a tree and just try to forget everything for a little while. It's only then that I hear it. Very faint. If I was still rolling along, I definitely would have missed it. But the breeze faintly carries the soft tune that gently caresses my ears. My eyes snap open, and I swirl my head around, trying to find the source of the sound. Walking a little further up the path, the mere noise begins to fill out into a voice. A song. Curious now, I drag my scooter along as quietly as possible, making my way over the hill and towards the center of the park. Not a soul in sight. And that's strange for this time of day. But I push this thought to the back of my mind as the central fountain comes into view, the white marble gleaming brilliantly under the summer sun. With each step I take, the melody grows louder and louder, and I'm now able to make out words and follow its tune. It's a common song, one that tells of love and the beauty of the world, but that's not what has me walking closer, eager to hear more. The voice, a pure and pretty voice, is unlike anything I've ever heard before. It's vibrant yet gentle. It's sweet and rich and soothing, and just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I don't normally appreciate the arts, but I'm in a complete trance, my body working on its own as I approach the fountain. My heart nearly stops when I realize who's sitting on the edge of the water. She's oblivious to my presence, and for that I'm thankful. The girl from earlier dips her feet into the water, letting the cool, clear liquid pool out around her ankles, and she sings. I don't even know where to stare, my eyes drafting from her face, to her hands, to her mouth, all the way back to her long hair. Everything is so pretty about her, and I just don't know what to do about it. I'm so memorized and caught up in her song that I don't realize I've come close until I nearly trip over the edge of the fountain. Her green eyes darting over to me. With a yelp, I catch myself and regain my composure. That is, until my scooter slips from my hand and comes slamming down onto my right foot. Oh my gosh, are you okay? She leaps up from her spot, wading over to my side of the fountain. Yeah, I wince, kicking my scooter to the side. Totally cool. If you're sure. I watch as her eyes trail up from my shoes and settle with meeting my gaze. Her face heats up, and I avert my eyes, choosing instead to stare at my scooter on the ground. How awkward is this? Hey, did you hear me singing? The blush spreads out to my ears. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't spying or anything, just kinda heard your voice and followed. Really? I nod, still not able to meet her stare. That's embarrassing. She laughs nervously, and I'm not sure if I should tell her that she sounded really good, that there's nothing to be embarrassed about. But still, I'm happy it happened. My eyebrows slide together at her statement. She begins to twirl her hair like earlier, and my knees grow a little weaker. What do you mean? I scuff the sole of my shoes on the concrete. Well, I've been looking everywhere for you. A couple of droplets smash onto my shoes as she steps out of the fountain. You have? Yeah, well, you ran off before I could get to know your name, and I was wondering if, yeah, I don't know, you wanted to be friends? I look up at her just in time to see her smile, and find it hard to say no to such a pretty face. If you don't remember, my name's Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle. What a cute name. Hi, Sweetie Belle. I offer my hand, remembering that my mom said it's only polite. My name's Scootaloo. I swear I see a faint tint of pink as she shakes back. That's a cute name, she beams, shaking my hand rigorously. Scootaloo. Yep, it totally suits you and your scooter. You both have to laugh at the statement. I guess it's pretty ironic. I let my hand fall back down to the side, the limp hanging awkwardly. Though it may look no different to my left one, on the inside, my hand is tingling where it touched her smooth skin. So, I began, but she quickly cuts me off. Are you going to Diamond Tiara's party today? She suddenly blurts out. Oh yeah, the Snooty's Brat's party. I forgot about it entirely. I was most certainly not going to go, but is Sweetie Belle implying what I think she is? Well, I guess that depends. On what? I smile sheepishly. It depends on if you're going or not. My ears feel on fire, and my stomach is doing those horrible flips again, but I can't stop the words. I mean, I can give you a ride over there if you like. I thought you'd never ask. Leaning down, she picks up my scooter and pushes it into my hands. A bit surprised by the sudden action, I fumble around for a bit, only regaining control of it when she runs around the fountain again. Propping it up correctly, I glance over to see what she's doing as I get into position. She does a funny jump dance, and it's only then that I realize she's attempting to put on her shoes and run back over here at the same time. Why are you so eager? It's just Diamond Tiara's party. I laugh, and she rolls her eyes. I'm not excited about that, Scootaloo. I wait exponentially for her answer, but it never comes. She's already placing a foot on the deck below mine. What are you excited about then? A pair of warm arms suddenly snake around my waist, my question forgotten completely. Just go, silly. Her breath tickles the back of my neck, and I suddenly find it hard to even breathe correctly, let alone take off. Taking a deep breath, I attempt to regain my composure, trying to forget that her hands are clasped around my waist, and her face is buried in my back. With one last feeling in my throat, I push off the ground, my scooter lunging forward as I awkwardly control it. This only results in her fingers digging into my shirt harder, and her chest being pressed up against my back. Keep it together, Scootaloo. You're just transporting a new friend of yours. Though, it doesn't feel like she's a new friend. It seems like she's always been this way, like this is how it's supposed to be. That seems really mushy and gross. Is this really what love is? Well, I guess I could get used to it. After a while, I begin to adjust to the added weight, my scooter back under my full control. But one thing that refuses to listen to me is my heart. It's beating so fast that I'm afraid it might stop. But I suppose, this wouldn't be the worst way to go. On my scooter, Rainbow dashes approval. Sweetie Belle. This is so much fun! Too bad my sister would never let me get one on my own. Then you wouldn't be able to ride with me. What'd you say? I said that out loud? It's pretty dangerous. That's totally what I said. I can feel her smile against my back. It stays that way for the rest of the ride, her constant touch driving me insane as we glide smoothly across town. I'm almost disappointed when we have to come to a stop. Sugar Cube Corner already in front of us. She lingers a little longer than necessary, a smile plastered on my face. The whole time, I prop my scooter up by the door. I wonder why she chose Sugar Cube Corner of all places, I mused, staring up at the bright and cheery building. You'd think she'd have her daddy buy a place for the occasion. It's just her pre-party for all her lame classmates, as she so nicely puts it. Sweetie laughs, her shoulders bumping into mine. She's actually hosting a whole bunch of parties. What? Diamond Tiara? Being over-extravagant for nothing particular? That draws a couple more chuckles out of Sweetie Belle. I'm glad that she hates Diamond Tiara as much as I do. No one can stand her, but a lot of them don't even dare speak boldly, afraid that you'll find out and have her daddy punish them. Frankly, I never cared, and it's even better that Sweetie Belle doesn't care either. Well, she links her arms with me, and we exchange a small smile. It's now or never. We nod simultaneously before opening up the doors, the little bell chiming at our arrival. It's strange not seeing Pinkie Pie at the main counter, but there's no one there. The whole shop obviously rented out for the occasion. Two butlers stand at the double doors leading to the party room, and they silently push the heavy oak open and wait for us to step through. Sweetie Belle takes the lead as we enter the party room, the floor already littered with pastel and purple-white confetti. You're just a little sister of a freak! The statement completely shocks us into a complete halt. We look up upon the scene before us. No, I ain't. Applejack ain't no freak, Diamond. It's truly not that surprising, but it still baffles me that Diamond Tiara can't even give it a rest at her own birthday party. Or maybe that's all the more reason to. Yes, she is. Diamond takes a step closer to the girl, adoring a big bow in her red hair. She likes girls. And, the country girl scoffs, if I remember correctly, didn't your mama up and leave you for a woman? Murmurs burst throughout the crowd, and my own eyes widen. Is this girl wishing for a death sentence? Exactly. Diamond's eyes turn to silt, her mouth curling up into a nasty smirk. Lesbians are dirty in the fall of society. Daddy told me so himself. And now Applejack tainted your family name. All of you apples are more disgusting than you already were. Now hold on just a minute. Sweetie Belle suddenly steps forward, and my jaw unhinges. You leave her alone. Lesbians aren't any different to anyone else. Whipping around, Diamond Tiara remains unfazed when her eyes settle on Sweetie Belle. Oh, says another sister of a freak. Isn't Rarity dating Applejack? She rolls her eyes when Sweetie Belle's gusto obviously deflates. I suppose it runs in the family, since you showed up with the biggest dyke of them all. All of her attention suddenly zeroes in on me, and I blush furiously under her scrutiny. That's not... I pause, not so sure if I should deny if it's true. My eyes shift over to Sweetie Belle, then to Applejack's sister, and my teeth worry at the bottom of my lip. Oh please, don't even deny it. In fact, you should be proud. I'm sure you can make some money for yourself since you're so poor, Scootaloo. Really taking after Rainbow Dash, aren't you? The pain of her comment matches that of a physical blow, and I wince. I mean, Rainbow Dash was talking about her various girlfriends earlier. Is Diamond right? Am I just gross? Frowning, I let my gaze drop to the floor. See everyone? Scootaloo accepts. Hey, what are you doing? Warm fingers suddenly curl around my chin, and it's too late to realize what's happening until soft lips are pressed against mine. Why is she... I forget about Diamond Tiara. I forget about the party. I forget about the whole dang world as I stand there, my lips against Sweetie Belle's. Everything has completely stopped, even my own heart, as I begin to feel the real smoothness of her plush mouth and the heat of her touch. She tastes sweet, just like sugar. No wonder her name is Sweetie Belle. I just wish she would open her eyes too. If I could see myself in those green irises, I might be able to tell if this is real or not. I realize that it truly is reality when the hand cupping my chin gently releases me, and the sugary warmth draws back from my mouth. Well, I like Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle exclaims, confidently at an obviously shocked Diamond Tiara. So what? I guess you're right, Diamond. It must run in the family. Murmurs began to spread like wildfire across the sea of guests, and Diamond Tiara nervously darts her eyes around the room as her guests begin to giggle at Sweetie Belle's statement. Not to mention my sister and Rarity only like each other. They have since they were our age, the red-haired interjects, and I watch the whole party begin to turn on Diamond. Yeah, Diamond, a quiet, nausal voice cuts through the chatter and everyone stares in disbelief as Silverspoon frowns at her best friend. That was pretty rude of you to say considering that most of the population are lesbians. The guests begin to form a circle around the birthday girl. I'm about to walk over before there's a flash of red and I'm suddenly being dragged out of the room. It's only when I end up back outside that I realize that it's the girl from earlier that led us out here. Thanks all. She adjusts her bow before offering her hand to Sweetie Belle. I was in a mud pickle right there until you all came to save the day. It's no problem. Sweetie Belle shakes her hand and shrugs. Only doing what's right. Well, I'm Apple Bloom by the way. I take her hand and I'm surprised by her immense strong grip. Name's Scootaloo, and I'm Sweetie Belle. Well, it's great to meet y'all. I hope we get a lot of classes together when school starts again. We all exchange smiles and nod in agreement. I'm sure we'll be great friends since we're like the gay crusaders and all. Gay satyrs, huh? All three of us laugh simultaneously. A bell suddenly sounds before the bakery door slams open. Our laughter cut off, only to start up again as Diamond Tiara storms out of Sugar Cube Corner. Hair muse, clothes wrinkle, and steam shooting out of her ears. You're all losers anyways. A bunch of freaks who will never be as rich as I am. She screams at no one in particular, barely even noticing us as she races towards her limo with a huff. Hey, you guys can go back in. A familiar voice snaps our attention back to the doors. As the party's still on though, Diamond and I will take our leave now. Alrighty, Silverspoon, Apple Bloom responds, as the girl flicks her braid over her shoulder and makes her way toward the car behind Diamond's limo. Have fun calming down the dragon disguised as a princess. With a snort, the littlest apple runs back up to the bakery entrance. Well, I'm heading back in. Y'all coming? Sweetie Belle's opened up her mouth to respond, but I likely grab her hand. Will be a moment. Apple Bloom shrugs before turning on her heels. What is it, Scootaloo? Sweetie asks, but I feel like she already knows what I'm going to say. About the... The nerves begin to rise up again, and all the previous confidence from facing Diamond Tiara completely evaporates. About that kiss? Scootaloo, hold on, I'm just asking something. I squeeze my eyes shut, determined to just say what needs to be said. Did that kiss actually mean something? Is what you said true? Scootaloo, I mean, it doesn't have to. I don't want to pressure you or anything. We're just friends, and we just met Scootaloo. There would be no hard feelings if that was just a spur of the moment. I mean, it's not like I was actually expecting what... Soft, warm, sweet. The same feeling as before suddenly returns, swiftly and effectively shutting me up. My eyes snap open, and I nearly melt at the sight of seeing her so close. She's doing it again. She's kissing me! Hands gently rest on my shoulder, and she presses a little harder against me. My eyes unable to stay open any longer, and we stay like that for a while longer in our own world. Lips pressed together in a closed, chastised kiss. After what felt like an eternity and no time at all, she gently pushes away, pretty eyes twinkling mischievously as she takes my hand. Does that answer your question? Nodding, I give her a stupid smile and intertwine our fingers. Yeah, it does. She returns my smile and leans forward to peck my cheek. So, do you want to go back inside? I heard that cake is really good. Sounds good to me. Let's go find Applebloom again. I really think we should start a club. Smiling at each other, we squeeze our hands before walking back inside. I may not know as much about love as Sweetie Belle, or any girl my age. Perhaps I'm not as great as Rainbow Dash when she was in my shoes. I'm new to this, and frankly, it's a little intimidating. Even more so than when I got my first scooter. But just like my scooter, I have a feeling that I'll be able to get used to this very quickly. Leaning over, I steal another kiss before we enter the party. Alrighty then, thank you all. I got nothing really big or analytical to say about this story. It's just a little cute slice of life romance story that I remember reading when I first got into the fandom. When I realized we're going to be doing more dramatic readings, I knew I would sooner or later have to do this one. Maybe my view count from my last romance story might have pushed me a little bit there too. Still, for what it is, it's still a cute little sweet first love story. Nothing wrong with that. If you like it, great. If not, oh well. It's just a sweet little story for a sweet little day.